Hey, Pink Posse, thank you so much for being on the Hangout tonight. That we're glad that you're here. Yesterday or Friday, a few of us had the opportunity to go to Gulfport for some training on. They had the opportunity meeting on Thursday night. Some people were able to go to that. We were not able to go, but we drove over on Friday. Martha and Lyndall went, George and Julie and I went. We had a great time. So tonight on the Hangout, we wanted to just share some of the things that we picked up. Now, if you look at the bottom of the video, I think it's down at the bottom of the video, there's an area that we have, Lyndall has posted some information that we're going to be talking about tonight. So you can go down there and pull that information up and look at it. But we'll hit all of that in just a few minutes. I wanted to let you know that next week we've got a friend of ours that's going to be on the Hangout. We've got Sapphire Ambassador Angie LeBlanc is going to be with us. Angie is actually one of the first individuals that ever came to Pensacola to do a meeting for us. She was here for an event here in Pensacola and actually came over and did one of our meetings, one of our first meetings when we started our business off. Angie's now a Sapphire Ambassador, and she has some very unique ways that she has grown her business from Emerald to Sapphire, and we asked if she would talk about that. So that's going to be taking place next Sunday night at 8 o'clock, so you don't want to miss that. Lyndall and we had a great time. We had Patty Cuevas and Sheila Medina that were there, and they both gave us some great points. So if you have a pen and paper, I hope that you'll go ahead and grab that out, because we're going to talk. I'm going to talk through some of the points that I wrote down in my book here. Then we're going to talk about this KISS folder. It's called a KISS folder, and show you how you can make this available for yourself. Now, Sheila Medina was the first one that started off the event, and she was talking about how we all needed action in our business to move us to the next level. And she ended her talk with something that I thought was great. She said she was at the opportunity of a lifetime meeting in Houston on, I believe it was maybe Tuesday night, one night this past week. And she said that there was a couple of Emerald ambassadors that were there, and she asked them, she went up to them and asked them if they were an Emerald ambassador, that, you know, did they rise in the ranks real quick, or did it take them a while? And they were saying, no, it took us a long time. And she said that they got to Senior Ruby and they were just stuck. And what had happened is they had told her that she said, well, what did you do to get you to Emerald? And they made this statement. They said, we went back to work. We went back to work. So in other words, they said we were stuck at Senior Ruby, and we quit doing our business, and we just started coasting and gliding. We realized for us to get to the next level, we had to put action, and we had to start working, and that was what they were doing that was successful. And I think that each of us can apply that to our own businesses, our personal businesses, and get back to work, get new customers, get new business cards out there, and start working. And we're going to share with you just briefly in a minute how you can do that on the KISS folder. Sheila talked about the belief system, and I believe that we've shared this before, but it could be said again. She says there's 5 things that we need to be at you say if you're judging yourself on a level of 1 to 10, that you need to be at a 10 in your belief systems with each of these to help you with your business. Number 1 is, write this down, belief in the product. Belief in the product. And she said something that was very intriguing to me. She says sometimes it's a decision. Sometimes it's a decision that I'm going to make that this product's going to work for me, and I'm going to believe in it. And she says when that happens, you start believing in the product, and you start believing in that, and it starts working. What is your favorite product? Think about right now. What is your favorite product that you take in Plexus? Is it Slim? Is it BioCleanse? Is it ProBio? You can name all of our products, and you probably have a favorite one. But we need to have a belief. Our belief system in the products need to be at least a 10. The second thing she said is belief in our company. You know, our company just was released in Inc. 500, America's fastest growing private companies. We were number 8 overall in Inc. 500, and then we were debuted as #2 in health. So if you have that kind of recognition, you should have belief in our company. Another thing that she told us is that Plexus is building its 4th brand new building in 3 years. We have outgrown 3 buildings, and we're adding building #4 right now. So our company is doing something right, and your belief system needs to be a 10. So how is your belief system in the product? I want you to write that down right now. What is your belief system in the company? I want you to write that down right now. Next thing is the belief in the comp plan. And our compensation plan is second to none. Let me ask you a question, raised by a raise of hand. How many got a check on Friday? My hand is raised up. I see Lindalyn on the other side with blisters on her hand from working out in the yard. Got a check on Friday. If we're working our business and we're doing what we should be doing with sales and with recruiting, we got a check on Friday for our businesses. So we need to have belief in the comp plan. Here's a biggie. Belief in yourself. #4. This is where it slows down for a lot of people. And I'm not really sure why it slows down. I know that we had a brand new ambassador that just posted something in our group last week, and she said, you know, I was excited and I was posting about Plexus, and then somebody said something, you know, honey, I don't think that you should, you know, you should really investigate this and know where you're at and know what you're doing. Sometimes people are just there to pour cold water on you. And I like what Lindalyn put. She said when they went to McDonald's, did they know what they were eating when they went to McDonald's, what was put in their food? You know, sometimes we forget that. But we need to have faith in ourselves. And I think this lady, after she got some encouragement, was able to go and share with this other lady, you know, and helped with her belief system. So you need to invest in yourself and you need to have faith. #2, underneath that, whatever is holding you back, fix it. Whatever is holding you back, just fix it. And then she said, you're not going to get very far in this business if you don't have faith. You need to have faith that you can do this. You can do this. And it's important for us to realize this. And then the 5th thing was belief in network marketing. We need to understand that network marketing is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It really isn't. You know, sometimes there are some people that have grown and that have gone to the top really fast, and there's some people that have just made a level and just kind of stayed there. But you know what? In network marketing, that happens sometimes. So we just need to have a belief in network marketing. And she suggested if you don't have the 4-year career, make sure that you get the 4-year career, because she encourages all of her people to read the 4-year career. And she said you need to make your business fun. You need to have fun with your people. You need to laugh and do fun things with them. And then she said the importance of knowing what our core values of our company are. They're be trustworthy, be honest, be reliable, and be responsible. So, you know, she just really encouraged us to keep it simple. And then Patty got up, and Patty had this great little folder right here. And like I said, Lindalyn has scanned it, but the folder is just 8.5 by 11, and it's front and back of 4 different pages here. And all it is really a month in a view. You know, I can take the month of March, and I can write everything that I need for the month of March on here. So I'm going to walk through this with you just real quickly. So if you look at it on the bottom, there's 3 things that are highlighted on the front, and it's very simple, and you can do this. #1 is you can put your team building prospects right here. There's several lines, and if you run out of lines, which would be wonderful, just get another piece of paper and staple it to it and add it to it. But under your team building prospects, these are names of people, and these are phone numbers that you need of people to contact. Now, Sheila had mentioned, I guess it was probably at this point, you know, some people, we encourage you to make a list of 100 people. You know, she says, forget the 100 people, just write a list. Write a list of people that you can contact, people that you can prospect. So that's the first thing here. And then over here, there is interviews, there's recruiting packets, and there's samples. So you can write the name, phone numbers, the tools that you're using, and following up with these people. So that's on this section. Down at the bottom is 3-day packs sold. She brought up a great point, and she said, Coach is a firm believer in this. 10 decision packs a month. If you can sell 10 decision packs a month, that will keep your business going and growing. You know, 10 decision packs, if you didn't get all of them on the product, let's just say you've only got 5 of them, that's 5 new customers that you can add into a month. Do the same thing next month. That's 5 more customers. If they sign up as a preferred, remember, they're going to be month-to-month people. So what you need to do on this is spend $100. I think it's $89.50. $89.50. Buy 10 decision packs. And if you just sold them for $10, you're making your money back. But then you're going to put their name down here. You're going to put their phone number down and the dates that you're going to follow up. So very simple, very duplicatable, very practical on the first page. Now when you open it up and you go to the inside, she's talking about the perfect 10. The perfect 10 is the next thing that you have right here. And she broke it down. Share the product with 3 people. Share the opportunity with 3 people. Share skills with 3 team members, and then do 1 Plexus event a week. And that will give you your perfect 10. And on this form right here, it's broken down. There you go.
I did that one. I put not only is the KISS folder in there, I've got all the different, the perfect 10, the power of 3, and the blank calendar on the other tab. So they'll be able to get all of that.
Awesome. Here's your power of 3. So not only is it in this form, it's in this layout right here. Share the product with 3 people, share the opportunity, and then it says plan your work and work your plan. Examples how to work this action plan for a part-time ambassador. If you attend a local meeting or a weight loss event, you can invite 3 guests. Make sure you have 3 members in attendance, and you'll have accomplished sharing the product with 3 guests, as well as the opportunity and skills of the presentation to your 3 team members. This can all be done in less than a 2-hour time slot. Less than a 2-hour time slot in 1 week. If not local to a meeting, here's some ideas to achieve your perfect 10. Have your own weight loss event. Invite guests to be on the weekly opportunity call. Use your Facebook. Use decision packs, personal website videos, pre-recorded testimonies, just to name a few. And feel free to share what separates Plexus from other network marketing companies. And the perfect 10 works for one-on-one basis too. So that is a great tool. So that's right here on this form also. At the bottom of this nifty little monthly form is team building goals for the month. What is my goal? How am I going to reach silver or double silver in a month? So it's important that we strive for these different things. And then what are my sales goals for the month? How much do I want to do in product for a month? Now, for instance, we're in not competition, but we're in contest mode right now. If you get 500 points for your contest, you get so many different things towards convention. If you get, it's on the back of this form, if you get $500 to $1,000, you get 75 credits. If you get over $1,000, you get 150 credits. Anything over 2,500 PV, you get 300 credits for convention. So these things really help us out. So that is right there on the bottom of that. And then there's a recruiting thing over here on the other page, and that's really this form right here, Lyndall, and I think you put that up, which is the power of 3. And you can put the power of 3. It's level 1, get 3 ambassadors, and then that's 5 points in ambassadors, 15 points. If they recruit and go silver, you have 9 ambassadors, and it breaks you down all the way to level 5. And if you do that consistently, your pay points can grow substantially. And then another thing that Patty Cuevas gave us is this little calendar, and all it is a month at a glance, a blank calendar that you can write in. For instance, here in Pensacola, we have meetings every Tuesday night. So what I would do on that is I would write our meetings down every Tuesday night. And Lindalen has started meetings in Navarre. She started meetings in Milton, and she started a meeting coming up in Atmore, just north of us here. So she would put these on her calendar so she would know what dates these certain meetings are. Then you can separate your time out and say, for instance, Friday's my day off from my uh, regular job that I have at the church. So Friday is a day that I can focus more on Plexus and I can do more things on Plexus. So I'd be able to write that down for that. So it was just really interesting to hear these leaders. It was very simple and very basic, but sometimes I think that we forget the simple and the basic. Here's a few more notes that Patty said. Commitment is what transforms a promise into a reality. She also says do team calls with your team, get on the opportunity calls. And another thing that she said about this in tracking yourself, it's difficult to do sometimes. We have people that are in Dave Ramsey course at our church, and to get on a budget, sometimes it's difficult to work out these things. But Patty was saying, if you track for 6 months, it will help your business. And if you consistently do it, it will become easier and easier each time you do it. She says activity counts. Don't just sit behind a computer. Get out there. Use your monthly calendar, and it will show your activity. And then there's a few other people that said a few things. They said, watch where you're putting your energy. Another great quote was, if you were your own boss, would you fire yourself? So think about that in your business. And then someone brought up Sheila Medina talking about, Lindalen, was it talking about qualifying if they could be an ambassador or not?
Yeah, she was talking about your list, qualifying people on your list. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
The make of people and everything, and the list may, I may put you down, but that's only to remind me of somebody else, that's related or whatever to you, and that you have to qualify those people. Are they positive? Are they credible and have influence? Are they business-minded? Do they own their own business already, or have they been in some sort of business? Do they have the money? Do they have $34.95 to go into business? And would the product or the opportunity fit that person?
That's right. So those 5 things are how Sheila says that she qualifies their ambassadors, and they're great ideas. I love this thought. If you miss everything for tonight except this one quote, I want you to write this down. Listen to it. Do not compare yourself to anyone. You will only compare your weaknesses to their strengths. And that is very true. That is very true. A lot of times in comparison mode, we're comparing our weaknesses to what their strengths are, and it's apples and oranges. So you can't compare yourself to anyone. I think it was Francine said use a compliment as a conversation starter. I think that's a great idea. Compliment someone and it will help you start your conversation. This quote was made, 70% of Americans are looking for another income. 70% of Americans need another income, and $34.95 could change their lives. And we forget. I think it was Sheila that said, Tarl is very excited about convention, but he ended up saying that he was very sad, sad in a way. And she says, why are you sad? She said, because I wonder how many people will be at convention that should have told their neighbor about this life-changing opportunity, and they won't share it with them so they could be out there and see what all could happen in their business. It's a great thought also. So it's a lot of stuff, but it's like I said, it's a lot of basic things. And then on the back side of this form, this monthly form, there is something that is called the mental health, the positive mental attitude. It says I'm taking a mental bath every day. And it says you need to do a few things with your mental bath. You need to give out business cards. Make sure you have business cards with you everywhere you go. That you need affirmations in your life and be affirmed yourself. Then have team calls or team outreaches, three-way calls. And then the last thing is find a hot topic. I'm not 100% sure on the hot topic, but I think it is, find something that will really help your business and would be solid in your business and help you grow. I think that's all that I had. Lindalyn, did I miss anything from the training that you wrote down?
No, the only thing that I had written down that you didn't say was that today can be the first day of starting your business over, whether you are brand new in the business or you're like some of us that got stuck at a certain level because we kind of quit working. Today can be that first day to get started again.
You just get started and go where you're at. There's people that have suffered in their business because they didn't do something and they've gone backwards. Well, like Lindalyn said, today's the day to say, hey, I am committed. I'm going to go forward. There's people on our team that are in recruiting mode right now, and I'm so proud of them. And there's people that are sharing Plexus with a whole new group of people that we've never reached out to before, because we never, you find a new ambassador, whether that location, wherever it is in the country, and they start sharing that product, and all of a sudden you have a whole bunch of people that are starting to ask questions. And what happens with that when they start asking questions? They get involved and say, hey, I'm either going to be a customer or I'm going to be an ambassador, and your teams start to grow, and you have more people that will contact you that way. So it's activity breeds activity. And so make sure that you are being active in your business this week. Commit yourself to get business cards out there. Commit yourself to be on opportunity calls. If you are in an area where there's an opportunity meeting, I hope that you will take advantage of the opportunity meeting and go and encourage yourself. Listen to the testimonies. And, we have opportunity meeting every week in Pensacola, and we have a lot of the same people that come every week, and we'll have some guests that will come in. But, just to sit down with fellow ambassadors and to hear their stories, and look at Brad, who's there every week, who's lost over 100 pounds with Plexus. It's 100 and I don't know how much now. But he has lost this weight with Plexus, and he's so encouraging to hear and to listen to. And you see new people that are coming in that are trying to build their business, and they're new ambassadors trying to learn the business, trying to share the business, and that is encouraging. So find a meeting. If you have meetings near you, find a meeting to go to. If you have an opportunity meeting in your area from corporate, try to go to it. I know that, like I said, we couldn't go because of a family situation that we had come up, some others that had work, but we had two guys that went over on Thursday night, actually, George and his new recruit, and they came back on Thursday night, and George actually drove back to Gulfport on Thursday morning or Friday morning for the training time. So in Baton Rouge last Wednesday night, somebody drove 7 hours to get to the opportunity meeting. 7 hours to go to the opportunity meeting. So they were really interested in how it could help their business, and it really will. It's events like that and training that will really take your business to the next level, and those are so very important. Don't miss next week. Our friend Angie LeBlanc will be with us, and you're going to have a great time listening to her, and she's going to be able to share some great tips with us, and that's going to be next week here at the same time at 8 o'clock. Thank you so much for being. Let's pray, and then we're going to go. Father, thank you for the opportunity that we have to, Lord, to be blessed by Plexus. Lord, many of us receive checks this past week or deposits into our accounts because of Plexus, and we praise you for that. I pray that you would just continue to help us to share Lord, the product, Lord, to share the business opportunity. And Lord, in doing so, this activity is going to help our businesses grow. I pray that you just bless that. Lord, I think of the her name slips me right now, but the lady who's an Emerald Ambassador, who her husband had the accident in Colorado. Lori Bear, I believe is her name. And Lord, her husband is in the hospital with some pretty bad injuries out in Colorado. And Lord, I pray that you just bless them at this time. Lord, I pray that you just give healing where healing is needed. And Lord, we're just trusting you in that situation. Lord, I pray that you'd give us a great, profitable week this week. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you guys for being on tonight. Lyndalyn, thank you for doing this every week. Next week we will be back at the same time, and Lyndalyn will not have blisters on her hands next week because her husband will not make her get out in the yard and work, right?
I hope not. I hope I look better too.
Oh, please. He'll look fine. Hey, and by the way, go Tigers.
Oh, whatever.
Go
Hey,
Tigers.
I have on
Go
a Plexus
Plexus.
shirt.
Oh, yeah. Go Plexus.
That's
Have a
right.
good one. Bye.